Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another day in the life. Let me explain when I say in the life. That's in the life of a gangster. This gangster particularly, but you could put this with any other gangster or anybody who has a desire to become a gangster or get involved in illegal activities. I'm warning you now, don't do it because it's not worth it. Okay? So anybody who did not see last week's episode, you can go to my YouTube station, The Accidental Gangster, and find last week's episode. This will be posted on a weekly basis. Also, for those who have not yet purchased the new book, it just became available this week. It's a limited edition hard copy book, folks. You could buy it at my website and get an autographed copy, theaccidentalgangster.com, or you can go to Amazon and purchase it from there. It's available everywhere. All right, folks, let's get back to a day in the life. June 1994. I just moved into a new apartment on Palm Drive. And I'm setting things up. I got boxes all over. I get a phone call from my friend in Buffalo and tells me about a friend of his that got scammed out of $75,000 from a telephone room in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Well, I was going to Florida anyways for my son's wedding. So here it is. I got to get my apartment organized and I got to pack and fly to Florida. When all of a sudden, boom, 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 knock at my door. Yeah, there are cops are there again with search warrants. They come in, they search everything, they sit me in my chair with my cigarettes as they always done. And would you believe, on my desk they made a copy of the note where I had the guy, I had his name, $75,000, Fort Lauderdale. They took his name, his phone number, and everything. And needless to say, I flew to Florida for my son's wedding. And the FBI were waiting for me. They actually got there a day before I did. They were in my son's, parked on my son's street, and my son recognized it. My son was a sharp kid. And they recognized it. My son brought pizza out to him and said, "Hey, gentlemen, my father don't get here till tomorrow." They left. Next day, I fly in. From the moment I landed in West Palm Beach until the moment I left, every single person I see, every person I met with, they all received a phone call afterwards. Two of them had the guts to call me up and tell me that the FBI had been there. That's how I knew. And I'm sure they took great pictures of my son's wedding to see who was at that wedding also. Anyways, I went into Fort Lauderdale with a couple guys, and the owner of the telephone room was not there. Manager was, and I got the word. I expressed in the way I talk to people, always nice. Or I try to be nice anyway, but I made a lot of screaming and hollering that day because it was not right taking this old man's money, $75,000. And the owner wasn't there, and the manager could not make a decision. I left. Well, they got what happened. They got the owner on the telephone. And then when the manager explained afterwards, whatever happened, they sent that guy his money back. But would you believe that the LAPD Organized Crime Task Force, they called the guy in Buffalo, they flew there, and they told him do not pay any commission to Ori Spado. And the guy told me, he said, "I'm afraid." I said, "Well, you owe me the money. Very simple, pay me." The guy was frightened. And he didn't pay me the money. And how much pressure could I put on the poor guy? You know? But that's a day in the life. And why am I telling you this story? It's just another thing. Remember that the FBI have 38,000 employees. Their special agents are all college graduates. They got all the money in the world. They got all the time in the world. And they got the best equipment in the world. And each and everything they do has a purpose. And what they're doing, slowly but surely, they're building the case for an indictment. So for all you folks, particularly you young people, I stress to you once again, this is not a glamorous life. It's not for everybody. And things have changed. It's not what it was. So folks, get my book, learn why you should not become a gangster. You're going to find very interesting things in my book about how to become a successful businessman. And that's more important, folks, than being a gangster. Once again, have a great week, everybody. I love you all.